All right, everybody. Thank you so much for waiting and for watching this live stream. This is pretty amazing news, and I'll get to it in a second. I'll keep my impressions to a minimum initially, because people are like, "No, your Sessions imitation is so stupid." But then most people enjoy it. But I'll do that towards the end of this segment. So this will go on for about an hour or so. But I will make sure that within the first 30 minutes, we get to everything we need to get to for people who are used to me uploading. So for the super chat people, thank you so much for supporting this live stream, and you give me every incentive to keep going on these live streams. We have 166 people, and it's been 1 minute. So, and thank you so much for your support and just like the love that I'm getting. It's just unbelievable. So the love is going right back to you. Everybody watching this channel is just amazing, and I have the best comment section on YouTube and the best chat group on YouTube and the live chat. Just thank you so much for powering this live stream. James Comey wrote the Comey letter to cover his, in Jewish you say tuchus, okay? He covered his tuchus. He covered his behind, his derriere. That's what this was about. It was a derriere covering endeavor. Crazy Carl, thank you. Crazy Carl, starting it off. Thank you, Crazy Carl. Thank you, Crazy Carl. This is a fantastic article in the Federalist. The Federalist is a great publication, a really great publication. I'm going to tweet this out right now. It's in the description section, and I'm going to go ahead and send this. 300 people watching 2 minutes in. I'm going to go ahead and send this right now. So I just sent this. So let's talk. So Anthony Weiner, another Jewish guy like me, H.A. Goodman, Jewish guy, Anthony Weiner. That doesn't matter what his religion or background is, but apparently he was sharing photos of himself. So not all Jewish people, most Jewish people don't do that. I don't do that. But if you send photos of yourself via the internet or text message, make sure you don't have classified, United States classified intelligence. U.S. classified intelligence, he had 18 classified emails. So before we get to the Federalist, IG report shows James Comey lied about why he publicized new Clinton emails by Jason Beal. And before we get to the fact that Comey feared the New York FBI division leaking information. And before we get to all of that, Comey, when Democrats are upset with Comey, what they're really upset with is that he didn't cover up the extent of her criminal behavior all the way up until November 8th. It was a failed cover-up. What happened was she should have been indicted. Peter Strzok removed references, deleted references to gross negligence, which directly is linked to legal statutes, U.S. Code 793F. If you accidentally put top secret intelligence on your server in your basement and you do so unintentionally, you're still going to get sent to the slammer. Okay? That's U.S. Code 793F. All the other legal statutes pertain to willful decision making, and we know that Clinton deliberately transferred the intelligence. But I will read you. IG report shows James Comey lied about why he publicized the emails. So here's what everyone but Comey said happened. Yates was the deputy attorney general. Here's how she categorized her understanding of the issue based on conversations relayed to her by Deputy Matthew Axelrod. Yates stated that one of the reasons the FBI gave for why they felt Comey had to go to Congress and write the Comey letter is that they felt confident the New York field office would leak it. So the New York FBI wasn't playing around. There were patriots there. There happened to be patriots at the New York FBI. Not people like Kleinsmith and Moyer and Strzok and Page who are stupping each other. Another Jewish word. Okay? Stupping, meaning hooking up, meaning making sweet love all the time. Why were they always? It's like a dating service. I won't get to my impression, but it's like FBI, wannasexyouup.com. All they were doing was hooking up. It's unbelievable. And so when I say that Clinton will get indicted, it's every single day is Clinton email day. Every single day. So my books, but her top secret emails, but her deleted emails, the Alwan brothers and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, that's another ongoing insane story. And Debunking the Trump-Russia Myth are still doing well on Amazon. And they're below if you want a $3.99 Kindle. They're still doing well. People are still buying them. And I know that people in the U.S. government and one former Trump advisor have read but her top secret emails. So Sally Yates said that one of the reasons the FBI gave for why they felt, quote, gave for why they felt Comey had to go to Congress is that they felt confident the New York field office would leak and that it would come out regardless of whether he advised Congress or not. So people were going to find out about the Weiner laptop. They were going to find out about the Weiner fiasco. 522 people with 6 minutes in. This is a giant Weiner laptop fiasco. This is a gigantic, massive Weiner scandal. And Yates said that the FBI did not dispute. This is from the IG report. Instead, Yates stated it all kept coming back to, and it was always framed as this is a personal ethical obligation that Jim Comey has, not a department strategic decision, not a department even policy decision, but a personal ethical obligation that he has. Comey's framing that this was a personal ethical, and then it goes on in the Federalist article. Comey's framing that this was a personal ethical obligation. And by the way, there's going to be a leak that blows this thing out of the water. It was at odds with his statement. Given more time, he may have considered withholding notification of Congress until they were able to assess the significance of the emails found on the laptop. Another stupid thing from James Comey, filled with utterly idiotic, stupid things that he did, nonstop insanity. It was not James Comey's decision to, it wasn't his right to withhold from the American people whether or not there were emails on Anthony Weiner's laptop, Clinton emails, because Bill Priestap, James Tide, just want to say thank you, James. Thank you, James Tide. Thank you, James. It wasn't Comey's decision or his prerogative or his right to withhold the fact that that classified intelligence was on that laptop. Bill Priestap, Peter Strzok's boss. So Peter Strzok, the one who said, "Don't worry, honey, we'll stop it. We'll stop a Trump presidency." And oh, by the way, met with Andrew McCabe in his office. He's going to testify on Wednesday. Whether he pleads the fifth is even better, because then they turn the screws even more. But if he does testify, it's going to be hilarious. But what took place is that a week before the election, they had covered up the fact that they knew about the Weiner laptop. They knew about the Weiner laptop. They knew. Life sucks. Thank you so. No impersonations. I'm out. We'll get to, I'm going to get, we're going to get to impersonation. 1 second. Give me about half hour. But thank you so much. Thank you. The full name is Life Sucks. Okay. Thank you. And I will definitely get to the impersonations in a moment. I'll get to John Brennan making sweet love to Sally Yates. Come here, my darling. I'll get to that in a second, but a little while. But what I'm trying to say is that it wasn't James Comey's prerogative, right? It wasn't. Nobody should have given him the ability to hide the fact that hundreds of thousands of emails were transferred to Clinton's computer, and they found out in September. It took 2 months. 2 months. Rick Yerzik, thank you. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Rick. Greatly appreciated. Thank you. It took 2 months for, and by the way, in the super chat, if there's any topic you want to discuss or any issue regarding this, any questions, any statement, any, points of interest, go ahead and I'll read those out in the super chat as well. But it was a failed cover-up. Hillary Clinton removed top secret intelligence from Cybernet, JWIC, SCIFs, other secure locations, and put all of that on her server basement. She transferred it through a thumb drive, cell phone pics, just plugging the dang thing in there. We don't know. That's what my book talks about. That's what the IG does not talk about. Nobody knows how she transferred, and nobody really knows why Uma Abedin, because Uma Abedin said that she was backing up her phone. The question then is, why would you back up your phone with hundreds of thousands of Clinton emails? How does that even work? I don't think you could fit at that point hundreds of thousands of BlackBerry of emails on a BlackBerry. If you have a background in technology, let me know in the either the super chat or the chat. You don't even have to do a super chat in the chat room. Let me know how many emails would a BlackBerry in 2015 or 16 that she transferred all the emails. Thank you, Betsy. Appreciate that. But if you have a background in technology, let me know, because they found hundreds and hundreds of thousands of emails. And Bill Priestap, Peter Strzok's boss, stated that there was the Clinton Foundation emails, ClintonEmail.com, her private server. Alan Hope, will the Dems recover from leftist ideology? Alan Hope, thank you. I think that here's my take. It's not the left or right or the ideological differences. It's the fact that Democrats don't believe their ideology. That's the big problem. That's the huge problem in my view. So Alan Hope, thank you so much. Thank you, Alan. In my view, it's that they don't believe. See, conservatives actually do want a wall. They do believe in a value system that, by the way, is actually less hawkish now than Democrats. Democrats they're in love with their version of power, which is destroying Libya. Jerry Sinke, thank you. What's your thoughts on when the tribunals will start? Love your videos. You rock, Festus. I don't think there will be military tribunals. I hope that there won't be. We need these trials out in the open. There's enough evidence for everyone to see. I think that the indictments will eventually hit probably before Trump's first term. I think Clinton will get indicted before Trump's first term is over and before his second term. He'll win in 2020. But pick a crime, any crime. On Twitter today, H.A. Goodman author, if you want to follow me on Twitter, I stated you can pick a crime, any crime. There's 5-6 different major crimes that she's committed that she can be indicted on, from campaign finance issues to Clinton Foundation issues, bribery and racketeering, to Espionage Act for the email server. But Comey, this is interesting. Comey's framing that this was a personal ethical obligation is at odds with the fact that, and this is why this Federalist article is so awesome, He was afraid that the New York office was going to leak. So this is also in the IG report. Okay, so he knew what he was doing. The DOJ knew what they were doing as well. Here's Lynch in the IG report. So Loretta Lynch. Loretta Lynch testified, and then at one point, I think Axelrod relayed the information again from Rybicki, who is Comey's chief of staff, saying that the director's view was that he had to provide this information to Congress, that he was concerned about the information being leaked from the New York office. So they're patriots in New York. Honestly, to the patriots in the New York FBI office, God bless you. You helped save this country. God bless you. Because it's not like there's patriots like Strzok or Page or you know, they're not patriots. They're hooking up. They love patriots. They're focused only on influencing the election, meddling in the election, meddling and influencing the election, maybe to curry favor with their love interests so they can get more action, like, oh, this Senate, this guy in the Senate, this official in the Senate, who, by the way, was stooping a New York Times reporter. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fantastic? How many people are hooking up? You have James A. Wolfe and then the New York Times reporter. They're hooking up all the time. It's a love fest there. Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, love fest. Kevin Kleinsmith and Sally Moyer at the FBI love fest. What's going on? It's like FBI dating service. The Mueller investigation is going to continue right into Ted Cruz's first term in 24. Buster Peak 21. Thank you so much, Buster Peak, for always supporting this channel. The hilarious thing is that I do believe you're right in terms of Democrats will when Trump finally cans the Mueller, they'll still be like, Adam Schiff will be like, we're still doing this ourselves. Pay attention to us. We're important. This is really happening. Russia. Everything they claim that Trump did, they did themselves. And we know from William D. Campbell, the FBI informant that testified before Comey, a true FBI informant, there to see if crimes were committed, stated that Russian lobbyists were bragging about their influence over the Clinton Foundation and Hillary Clinton. So, but this article, this is even, so Sally Yates said, so you have Sally Yates in this article in the Federalist saying that James Comey was worried about leaks, which is hilarious because his number two, this is hilarious, his number two, Andrew McCabe, was fired for leaks. He leaked information about the Clinton Foundation, self-serving leaks. We're not talking about whistleblowers. One reason I love Julian Assange and WikiLeaks is that he publishes whistleblowers, people who really risk their lives and risk their well-being to expose corruption. They risk their lives and their well-being to expose corruption, criminal behavior, and they're not motivated by partisan politics. So when Julian Assange published the DNC and Podesta emails, it wasn't partisan politics. People who are like disgruntled and sad and pathetic imbeciles, what they've said was, well, oh my God, where's Trump's emails? This is partisan. Yeah, well, Trump isn't Madam Cyberhack. There's a reason that he's probably not as hated. He's not hated, by the way, in his own world. Conservatives don't hate Trump. Like people like McCain, they don't hate Trump. They view him as a threat, like a power threat. But really, in terms of hatred, there are people within the Democratic Party that hate the Clintons. I don't hate the Clintons. I don't hate Hillary Clinton. So I don't hate them at all. I see criminal behavior. And so I've stated there's a criminal there, there's a criminal there. And eventually she'll get indicted, and people will then say, oh, fine, she's a criminal. And I will say, and you will say, when you're watching this channel, you were telling people all the time, yes, she's a criminal, walking criminal. But now you have Attorney General Loretta Lynch. At one point, I think Axelrod relayed information from Rybicki, his chief of staff, Comey's chief of staff, that the director's view was that he had to provide this information to Congress, and that he was concerned about the information being leaked from the New York office. So I mean, that's the issue. Ebenezer Adams. Ebenezer, is anyone in the UK taking MI6 to task for their involvement in the Russia plot? Unfortunately, I don't think so. What they did with MI6, that's a great question. Ebenezer Adams, thank you. Thank you. That's a great question. And what took place was the British spies influenced the election under the guise of, well, because we asked them to, almost certainly. The CIA and John Brennan's like, hey, by the way, what are you doing 2015? Can you go ahead and influence our election? Say that Trump was working with Russia. Help us out. Help us out. We need an alibi. So British spies were first to spot Trump's links. This is a Guardian article to Russia, which is a bunch of nonsense. Because they use words like links and ties and contacts. There's no criminal activity. Notice when Democrats talk about Trump Russia, they don't talk about actual criminal activity. They don't talk about Trump paying Russian hackers while prostitutes are peeing on him. And he's like, honey, thank you. This is fantastic. Hold on. How much do you want? Oh, this pee is fantastic. Oh, yeah. You want... 500 grand. Okay, here you go. Here, Russian hackers. I'm just this fantastic. Thank you, honey. No, that's Bill. That's Bill. Bill Clinton. His new name is Bimbo Dickens. That's his nickname. And that's not me. That's Colin Powell said that. But it's like what they did was, the U.S. intelligence community has a budget between the CIA, FBI, and NSA of $35 billion. And for $35 billion, we had to ask the British for help. We didn't spend enough money on intelligence, so we had to ask the British for help. And they said, oh, well, you know what? This is really important. And they provided us with Christopher Steele. Or Christopher Steele said, hey, you know what? I'm a former MI6 guy. And then GCHQ said, oh, by the way, we think Trump's doing bad things. Really? And then at a London bar, you have Papadopoulos and Dumbo Downer, Alexander Dumbo Downer. And they're getting drunk and they're drinking. And I actually went on that bar's website, and it's like, $20 for a drink or like $15 for a drink. So you can imagine the Australian taxpayers, if he's still working I believe he's still working for the Australian government, Downer. So he's, charging up a tab of $400, $500, $600, whatever. It's all for, I guess, to help destroy Trump. So there's a drunken conversation. Then the guy, Professor Mifsud, who is said to have provided information about Hillary or Putin to Papadopoulos, he has ties to British intelligence, Disobedient Media, Elizabeth Voss, brilliant journalist, Elizabeth Voss of Disobedient Media. She talked about that, and she broke that story. Disobedient Media is breaking stories left and right. They're amazing. Adam Carter also is a great cybersecurity analyst. He's also doing a lot of work on that stuff. Then you had Stephen Halper, who also has ties to the British as well, British spies. But let's go ahead. And so the next, Loretta Lynch, the Attorney General, told the IG in her own words, so now I knew the laptop had been handled in a case out of New York. And so I said, we have to talk about the New York office and the concern that both you and I have expressed about leaks in the past. And I said, do you think that this was the right way to deal with the issue, the concerns about the leaks? He didn't have much of a response. And I said, I've talked to you, and I've talked about that before. McCabe and I have talked about that before. He said, it's clear to me that there's a cadre of senior people in New York who have a deep and visceral, hatred of Secretary Clinton. Oh, really? Now they're worried about a hatred of Clinton, whereas Strzok, who was running the whole thing, didn't have a visceral hatred of Trump. The FBI field office, by the way, wasn't running the mid-year exam or Crossfire Hurricane, two stupid names for the dumb investigations that never took place Mid-year exam, by the way, was the Clinton email investigation. Notice the difference. For the Clinton emails, it was mid-year exam. Mid-year exam. Wah, wah, wah. Mid-year exam. Not very sexy. For Trump, with no evidence at all, they don't even know what crime he committed. It's crossfire hurricane. Crossfire hurricane. Wow. That's so wow. There's a crossfire and a hurricane. Whoa. So they're worried about anti-Clinton people, the New York FBI, but they're not worried about visceral hatred of Trump. You talk about visceral hatred. Strzok goes into the smell of Trump supporters. Peter Strzok can't stand the smell, the stench. Oh, I was at a Walmart. I was at a Walmart in Southern Virginia, and the smell, the stench, the stank. Oh, these Trumpers. They smell so bad. Oh, it's bad enough I have to shop at a Walmart. I should be shopping at someplace classy like Target. But I have to sit here at a Walmart and smell fat, ugly Trumpers, smelly, smelly, smelly. That's okay, though. That's okay. It's not a problem. But he's worried about the New York office, how much they hate Clinton. Lynch said that she was sure that she asked Comey if he was okay, and that she may have hugged him because she often did. Lynch also stated that they departed the room. She joked with Comey and said something like, "Of course, you're going to look like I beat you up." Overall, Lynch described the conversation as a friendly but tough conversation, giving the serious and significant issues involved. And then this is the IG report. Lynch's chief of staff stated that Lynch told her about the conversation with Comey afterwards, said the director had expressed that he needed to send the letter because he was very concerned about leaks, and that it was going to leak out anyway, and that they had found these emails in relation to the Weiner investigation. She may have told something else, but I don't remember. I remember that being the big thing. I remember being leaks being the big thing that he had to focus on. So, and then Comey told the IG he hadn't considered the likelihood of leaks from the FBI New York office, so he lied to the IG. Comey's like the biggest liar. Everything he says is a lie. He's a 6'8" Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who's actually not as good as lying as Debbie Wasserman Schultz is. Debbie Wasserman Schultz is decent at lying. Hillary's the best, not because has some talent, because everyone covers for her. So she can go ahead and say anything, and people are like, no problem. I deleted yoga emails. Everything's fine. What, you don't do yoga? Everything, you know what? It's fine, not a problem. Okay. I survived Bosnian sniper fire. Well, everyone's like, well, it's not a problem. Cookie Girl, thank you so much. Thank you, Cookie Girl. Thank you. Thank you very much. I have the best super chat in all of YouTube. Everyone's amazing. So thank you, Cookie Girl. Thank you. We have 933 people, and it's only 28 minutes in. We have 933 people. So what have we learned today? So within the first 30 minutes, I mean, I like, you know, if you're watching on the uploads, I want to thank you. I mean, you've been watching since the beginning. Usually I upload, and now I'm trying to go ahead. Meth heads in LA. It's true. The meth heads in LA are more trustworthy. And let me tell you, I've never seen so many meth heads in my life. LA has been overrun by meth heads. It's and the night, the freaks come out at night. 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 I can't. And the only reason I'm out at night, if it's late, I go to a CVS to get stuff for the family, whatever. Okay, or Ralph's. I'm not trying to go, do anything crazy at night. Okay. But I'm telling you, there's a Ralph's in the San Fernando Valley in a decent area, nice area. I am telling you, the freaks come out at night, and it's the freaks come out, and they look. You can tell a meth head. This is how you tell a meth head. They're dressed in somewhat decent clothing, but it looks like they've rolled around in bushes. So, but they're not dirty. They're not like, it's like a homeless person where you see like they're completely like, dirty. They've been in the sun. They've lived on the streets. No. It's like the meth heads. They're they kind of look okay, presentable, but like they've just rolled around in dirt. And you see these people, and it's just crazy. It's you like look at them, and then like you're in line, like don't touch me, please. And I'm like I'm looking around, like ready, like these people, like KPEV 12. Thank you so much. Thank you, KPEV 12. Thank you for your generosity in supporting this channel. Thank you, KPEV 12. Thank you. Yeah, but Comey is basically, I'd rather trust these meth heads. And the meth heads are like so quick. They're like, well, I just want to pay for it. And go. Like whatever it is that they want, like if it's batteries or I don't even know, they want crazy stuff. Sometimes they'll just like open what it is, and everyone's looking like, why are you opening that, like opening the battery before you even buy it? It's just kind of funny. Then I saw, like I said, like the other day, I'm at a CVS late at night, and the guy had like all these batteries and all this stuff, and everyone's looking at him like, dude, you try to steal all of that? And it's not a matter of Joshua Arnow. Thank you. Keep up the great work. Read an article in the New York Post today where former IG Krongard says SuperNet is the key to the email scandal. Yes, Joshua. Thank you, Joshua. I have to go ahead and get that. Okay, so thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Gamer49. Thank you. Love you, HA. Wasn't it NYPD committing to releasing Weiner laptop data that forced Comey's disclosure? Absolutely. Oh, NYPD. Yeah, that's a whole other can of worms. So I think NYPD also. There are patriots in NYPD and New York. If you're a patriot in the New York field office of the FBI and the NYPD, and there's maybe a 1% chance you're watching it now, God bless you. Thank you. You saved this country. You saved this country from some pretty powerful evil. So thank you, NYPD, and thank you, New York FBI. And if you can help us out again, maybe you can help us out again. That'd be great. But thank you, Gamer49, Joshua. So I'm going to go ahead. It's all about SuperNet. It's all about the SuperNet, the JWICs, and the skiffs. Okay. There's a couple people who it's a critique. It's a hilarious critique. They're like, H.K. Goodman, SuperNet, JWICs, and skiffs, BuzzFeed suing the DNC, Clinton unencrypted server, and then that's it. That's all you have to watch. Which is, if that's all you remember, that's fine. That's great. Who was it that, like in college, somebody told me, like, a professor told me, what do you really remember from high school? What do you really remember from college? Like just certain tenets, certain, there's certain things you remember. So if there's certain things you remember from this channel, great. SuperNet. So Hillary's team copied intel off top secret servers. That's Paul Sperry. New York Post. Oh man, I'm trying to find this. All right, so I am trying to find this right now. Rick Yurzik, thank you. HA, only been following for 3 weeks. I'm addicted. You're right, and hilarious at the same time. Keep it going. Thank you, Rick Yurzik. Thank you. Because it's a good thing I don't care what people think of me, because on my sometimes on my channel, like, your impression, it's not again. Then your gun habit, your stupid gun habit, you're stupid. I don't want to hear about it. So HA Second Amendment, I do have a gun channel, firearms channel. So please go ahead. Edward Wenzel, thank you. Thank you, Edward. But Rick Yurzik, thank you so much for watching. And Gamer49, you are 100% right about the NYPD. I'm trying to find the New York Post article where Joshua, if you can post that on the live chat, I just want to go ahead. Okay. Stormy Daniels, yes. All right, so there is a great article. Oh, you know what? So former IG. Let me just do former IG. Sorry. Okay, so New York Post, former IG. All right, so I'm sure I'll find that article. Oh, that was into this was all planned. Former IG says Hillary State Department are lying. Oh yeah, okay, that might be the article. So, yeah, well, Paul Sperry. So I was, in my book, I cite Paul Sperry's work on this because Paul Sperry is like one of the top people, in addition to Tom Fitton of Judicial Watch. They've been absolutely amazing. Judicial Watch has been all around. There's no open carry though in California, so you have to apply for a concealed carry. But so it's all going to go down, and it's going to be about the cybernet JWICs and skiffs. But let's continue with this. So this is a great one. So, and then this article is so fantastic from Jason Beal at such a Federalist has like great writers. They really do. The Federalists, fantastic writers. So he ends it with this. It's just fantastic. This guy is lying like roadkill. So Comey is, like I said, the meth heads in LA are far more credible than Comey. If like a meth head goes to me, like, it's all about cybernet JWICs and skiffs, dude. I'll be like, yeah, that's better than Comey. Carry on. Carry on with your craziness at night. I'm going to go home now. Don't touch me. I've included both descriptions in their entirety to highlight both the stark differences in testimony as to what was discussed and to refrain from cherry picking. Okay, so Comey told the IG he hadn't considered the likelihood of a leak from the FBI. Lie. If he was under oath with the IG, which I think he would be, that's a lie. In making his decision, notify Congress. They knew about it in September. Andrew McCabe knew about it. Also, they're lying also about, thank you, Freedom 13220091101. My actual question would be posted, so I am just seeing if words are blocked. Certain words are blocked, but generally the question should have gone through. So, certain words, YouTube, certain words, but I'm sure you didn't write anything. But thank you, Freedom 13220091101. Thank you so much. We have 1,000 people almost at this live. We have 1,000 people at this live stream. 1,000 people. It's pretty awesome. So let me just finish. So Comey omitted from his description of the meeting with Lynch his agreement that his primary concern was a leak from the FBI New York field office, along with his acknowledgement that she'd expressed her disappointment in what he did and why he did it. In short, Comey manipulated the DOJ by characterizing his dilemma as a personal integrity obligation. You want to know what old Bubba Bill did? Bill went up to Loretta Lynch and said, I'm going to go on your plane. You're in Phoenix. It's a great place to golf. Great place to do a whole lot of things. How about you and I open up some Aste Spumante? Oh, Mr. Lynch, you're here. I didn't know you'd be here. Doesn't matter to me. I just want you to let Loretta Lynch know golf, Brexit, and grandchildren. Golf, Brexit, and grandchildren, if you know what I mean. I'm going to go now. Bye. So Bill Clinton, despicable, absolutely despicable, gets on the plane and he's like, golf. You know you like golf, don't you? You better not do anything with Hillary. If you do, it's a big problem. Thank you, Stuart Braden. Try a CZP01, 9,000 rounds, 0 issues. Wow. Thank you, Stuart Braden. CZ, I'm thinking of a Glock as my next one just because of price considerations and just reliability also. But I heard CZ is the best. I haven't actually shot one yet. I've shot a Springfield MC Operator, Glocks, Heckler and Koch, SIGs, FNs, but CZ, I know, so are amazing. So wow, the 9,000 rounds there, that's amazing. Wait, CZP01. So let me just go ahead real quick. Sorry, everybody. Go ahead real quick. See if CZP01. Nice. I want to get 45 ACP. I think is it 9mm? CZP01. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's continue. Yeah, no, it's 9mm. So I wanted to get a 45 ACP. I think Glock 21. There's a whole bunch of them. So thank you so much, Sue D. Thank you, Sue. Very kind of you. Thank you, Sue. Thank you. We got 1,006 people. So, in short, Comey manipulated the DOJ by categorizing his dilemma as a personal integrity obligation. So, do you remember great, one of the great comedians? I would say I put him in an all-time list because I love the guy. I wish he was with us. A van down by the river. You know who I'm talking about. I'm just trying to get the see if I can go ahead and get this on YouTube. Chris Farley. So I just love Chris Farley really quickly. So when I do the personal integrity, when Comey says his personal integrity, you really have to do it in a Chris Farley voice. Chris Farley was just absolutely great. Hold on. Well,
you'll have plenty of time to live in a van down by the river when you're living in a van down by the river.
So you have to go ahead when Comey says that, oh, by the way, Christine Daly, thank you. Don't know if you heard. No, I didn't. I did not hear that. But Christine Daly, thank you so much. Thank you, Christine. Thank you. Smoking gun. Food and thank you, Christine. Thank you, Christine Daly, very much. Thank you. Thank you. But let's go ahead really quickly. So when you hear, thank you, Christine, again, for your generosity in supporting this channel. Thank you. But this is Chris Farley.
Young lady, what do you want to do with your life?
I want to live in a van down by the river.
Right, but for rolling doobies. You're going to be doing a lot of doobie rolling when you're living in a van down by the river.
So when you go ahead and thank you again, Kristen Daly. Thank you. Thank you, Sue D. But you know, when you talk about Comey It's personal consideration. That's what you have to read it like. In short, Comey manipulated the DOJ by characterizing his dilemma as a personal integrity obligation, when all around him knew this to be eyewash. He mischaracterized the closed-door discussion at FBI headquarters to omit any reference to the fact the fear of leaks was an integral part of his deliberations. So, again, this is like the second inning now, and Clinton will eventually get indicted. Reine des Ors. Thank you so much. Reine des Ors. Thank you so much. Thank you, Reine. Thank you so much. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead. Thank you, Reine. Thank you. That is the Federalist. So we've got 1,000 people on this. 1,000 people right now. And I only have 116,000 subs. And to get 1,000 people on a live stream is a testament to you. Not really to me. It's a testament to you, so I appreciate that. So let's see. Loretta Lynch has been attacked by Bill Clinton and James Comey. Bill Clinton and James Comey. And then we have something that, Congresswoman Waters stated something that was a Democratic Party talking point. And on Twitter, I explained that I believe that the Democratic Party, for some reason, because they're racist, would never go ahead and have Kristen Gillibrand or Pelosi call for that. But this is exactly what Congresswoman Waters stated, and it's not just Congresswoman Waters. It actually gives every reason for the GOP to sweep, to just high turnout. Maxine Waters calls for attacks on Trump's administration. If you see anybody from the cabinet in a restaurant, like, where am I going to go? And I'm going to see, hey, Mad Dog Mattis, fantastic. Can I have a hot dog with you? I'll buy you a hot dog. Let's go. This is fantastic. If you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, Mad Dog Mattis, you're shopping for women's lingerie with me? This is fantastic. No, at a gasoline station, hey, Mad Dog, unleaded. You get out and you create a crowd. What? Everyone, Mad Dog Mattis here. And you push back on them and tell them they're not welcome anymore. You over there, Sarah Sanders, with 87 gasoline, you're not welcome here at this Texaco or Mobile or Chevron or Union 76. You're not welcome. You get out of here right now. Stop going ahead and pumping fuel into your car, you deranged Trumper. Did you see the one? Again, like, I don't agree with Milo Yiannopoulos on a lot of things, on most political things. But the bougie crowd in New York, they're like, Nazis aren't welcome. Nazis aren't welcome. Meanwhile, the guy's a gay Jew. Milo Yiannopoulos is a gay Jew. So that's like a double whammy in Nazi Germany. No good. That's like, I think Seinfeld did. No, it was Curb Your Enthusiasm did that. There was one episode from Curb Your Enthusiasm where, like, in talking, okay, anyway, so like, Nazis aren't welcome. It was like $50 for like a beer at this place in Manhattan. $50 for a beer. Okay, Alex Voro, thank you. That's true. Maxine committed a crime, incitement to violence, and trampling on the right to freely associate and be in public. It's true. It is. I mean, that's the thing. The two things. One, I think what the Democratic Party did is insidious. They had Maxine Waters go ahead and say this. This is not an off-the-cuff thing, by the way. This is not an off-the-cuff thing. This is a Democratic Party wants. This is like their platform. This is part of to harass, to to insult. Robert De Niro doesn't say F Trump, and Peter Fonda doesn't say, hurt Barron, God forbid. And Maxine Waters doesn't say this today. This is a specific Democratic Party like platform. This is okay. So the resist, instead of, how about don't cheat Bernie? All you had to do was speak up when Bernie Sanders was cheated. I mean, yes, you think what you say. So Alex Voro, you're 100% right. You're 100% right, Alex Voro. You're 100% right. And Guns After Dark, Goodman. But you're 100% right. Because I have an HA After Dark, and then somebody's like, HA After Dark. So I have a middle of the night segment, which is wild and crazy. You guys gotta watch. It's fantastic. I got people from around the world. It's nighttime, it's daytime, it's everything. But Alex Voro, what they did was insidious because they had Maxine Waters say this. Why? Why have a black congresswoman say this? Why not Kristen Gillibrand? Why not Pelosi? Why not Debbie Wasserman Schultz? Well, she's done enough. Why don't her reputation is already in tatters? Why don't you have her trot Debbie Wasserman, trot out DWFs, and call for Trump voters to be harassed or attacked, or Trump cabinet members? Stuart Braden, thank you, Stuart. Thank you, Stuart Braden. Thank you. Thank you, Stuart. But Alex Voro, you're 100% right. How about vote? How about vote for what Democrats stand for, the policies that Democrats champion, the policies. What policies? How about vote for what Democrats stand for in terms of value system, in terms of specific legislation? Specific legislation? What immigration reform bill are they pushing? What sweeping immigration reform bill? How about nothing? How about absolutely nothing? No sweeping immigration reform bill. That's interesting. What about the Voting Rights Amendment Act of 2015 from John Conyers? John Conyers was in government longer than Maxine Waters. Now he's no longer there. The most powerful voices within the Democratic Party they've kicked out. John Conyers, for some, he's not there. Why is that? Why didn't Debbie Wasserman Schultz say this in this thing? Why did Maxine Waters say this? Why didn't they get Kristen Gillibrand? I don't know why. I think that the Democratic Party is racist. I think for the most provocative things, they'll have Maxine Waters say them, and they won't have the white congresswoman. They won't have Debbie Wasserman Schultz say them. I don't know why. I could be wrong, by the way, but that's my. And that's the thing. They're like, let them know how much you hate this. You're going to make people sympathetic. The whole thing is like, you don't go ahead and harassing people in public does not. Yes. CZ97B is 45 ACP. Okay, so I'm going to thank you. Thank you, Stuart Braden. Thank you, Stuart Braden. By the way, Stuart and everyone else, I have my last segment in HA Second Amendment is a 357 model 686 a little over 4-inch barrel revolver, Smith & Wesson. It's pretty awesome. Difficult to shoot. Obviously, the CZ is going to be a lot more enjoyable to shoot. But CZ97B, I got to go and check that out. I'm going to do it right now. Yeah, that's beautiful. Oh, my God. It's affordable, too. Oh, my God. You're the man, Stuart. You are the man. I'm going to go ahead and look that up right now. Okay. Wow. CZ97B. You know what I'm going to do? Oh, but now I have to find out if the DOJ in California allows it. Damn. So hold on, 1,021. Thank you, Stuart. You've made me now. Ladies and gentlemen, give me 2 seconds. Got to go to the DOJ website. Give me a second. Give me a second. Stuart is, when you have that the bug is real. So hold on, DOJ, California, roster, handguns. So you have to actually check. So see, in California, you got to check. Oh Lord, where is that thing? So CZ, let's see if it's available. CZ, yeah. So CZ USA. I have to check to see if I can buy it in California. You see, it's not like other states, which is normal. Okay, so CZ97B. Ah, yes, sweet. CZ97B. It's on here. I can get it. Yes, that's awesome. That is awesome. All right. So sorry. Thank you everybody for waiting. Okay, so thank you, Stuart. So I checked the California Department of Justice, and it is I'm able to go ahead and purchase it. We have a roster of handguns certified for sale, and it's certified up until January 19th. I mean, it's January 2019. Thank you, Stuart. See what happens? I'm telling you. Candace Hibbert, thank you. HA, what is the truth of Harley Davidson? Trump just tweeted, I love my POTUS. So President Trump tweeted. Thank you, Stuart. You're awesome. So, Stuart, thank you. So, Candace, let's go ahead and what did President Trump just tweet right now? So, Stuart Braden, you are awesome. Thank you. President Trump just tweeted. We'll just get to that in a second. So, what did Trump tweet? Surprised that Harley Davidson of all companies would be the first to wave the white flag. I fought hard for them, and ultimately will not pay tariffs selling into the EU, which has hurt us badly on trade. Down just down $151 billion. Tax is just a Harley excuse. Be patient. And then a Bloomberg reporter who obviously didn't see the economy is doing well is like, this is the first of many. This is what happens when you have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, he won, though. Funny how that works. Surprised that Harley Davidson of all companies would be the first to wave the white flag. I fought hard for them, and ultimately they will not pay tariffs selling into the EU, which has hurt us badly. So Harley Davidson, by the way, love Harley Davidson. Wow, Harley Davidson will move some production out of U.S. after retaliatory tariffs. Well, you know what? It'll help some companies, hurt others. What can you do? The steel CEOs, if you look at the steel CEOs on the steel tariffs, they're all for it. So steel CEOs tariffs. So just listen to this, so you don't get this. So
this is an important message for anyone.
Oh Lord. So we've actually moved into a different topic right now. Really quickly, I just want to. How many of you have seen? God, I'm looking at the CC97B. Very, very beautiful. It's not that much more than a Glock. It's actually pretty much the same price. Yeah. All right, hold on. So wait a second. So here. All right, so this is just one of the steel CEOs talking about this. So check this out. Fox Business, Majestic Steel CEO.
Last fall to explain firsthand the difficulties the steel industry is really facing, particularly from cheap Chinese imports. Todd LeBeau, that man is here in a Fox Business exclusive. A big day for you. Do you wish you were there in D.C.?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm here in LA right now, but big day definitely for the steel industry.
I would imagine. The president.
Big day for the steel industry. Okay. So always remember, like when you hear companies, doing things to the steel industry itself. You're talking about the EU tariffs, and the steel tariffs are a little bit different from what I think Harley Davidson is reacting to, they might be reacting to the steel tariffs. But let's go ahead and listen to one steel CEO and his viewpoint.
The president tweeted this morning that he wants to protect the steel industry. He has made that very clear. But then he went on to say in this particular tweet, which was about separation, indicate that
just the beginning of this process.
And would that be disappointing to you?
I've always thought the global tariff was just the beginning of this process. I think that now it's a matter of how the action is taken from here. I think that exemptions are going to be a part of the process, and it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. The steel supply chain is very complex. I mean, we have steel producers here that source slab and re-roll that material, and so those producers are very important to the steel supply chain as well. So I don't think that the exemptions scare me. I think the exemptions are a part of the process and a necessary part of the process. I think the global tariff is the beginning of the solution. It'll stop the bleeding, and that's what we need to do to get the industry back in the right place.
What would be the best case scenario?
It'll stop the bleeding, and that's what we need to do to get the industry back to the right place.
One thing are you really listening for here?
Yeah, I think right now it's let's show the world that we're serious about this. We see and recognize the importance of a domestic steel industry and what it means to our country. And then from there, we look at who's playing fair and who's not playing fair. And we look at it by country and by product. And then, as the president suggested, we can adjust this tariff up or down to make sure that we're handling the situation in the right way, because you don't want to negatively impact the U.S. economy, U.S. jobs, and the U.S. market. And there's a lot of different things that are driving the decisions here, and you got to think about the whole supply chain. But from a long-term perspective, if you take a step back and look at it, our domestic steel industry has been deteriorating. So we need to make sure that we stop that, and then we take action moving forward to have a healthy, strong steel industry.
So there's a steel CEO. We need to take action and stop the deterioration of the industry. Amish Space Force, yes. Every time Trump mentions steel tariffs, another steel mill reopens in the Rust Belt. See Granite City, Illinois. So let's go ahead. Granite City, Illinois. Granite City, Illinois. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Thank you, Amish Space Force. U.S. Steel restarting Granite City works in Illinois, yeah, because of tariffs. Okay, so Harley Davidson, everybody knows, but there are a lot of steel companies that you might not know. Also, issue of national security. Steel tariffs are an issue of national security. Former Nucor CEO. So let's go ahead. So here's the steel CEO, one of the former CEO of a major steel company.
For the country, why is it a good idea for everybody, not just your old company?
Well, it's a good idea for everybody because it's an issue of national defense and national security going forward. There is no country in the world who has any significant military might and strong national defense that doesn't have a healthy steel industry. If you don't believe me, just ask the Chinese, who 15 years ago decided that it was so important that they needed to make it strategic industry. Hence, they did all of the things that they needed to do to make sure that industry grew. Unfortunately, in a non-market economy, it grew to be over 1 billion tons of new capacity.
and the entire demand in the world is about 1.6 billion tons. So,
can you explain the industry a little bit for me? Because I mean, we're all kind of catching up to something you've been.
So the China has enough supply to meet all of the demand. But here, I mean, that's just this steel CEO is basically saying, look, it's a strategic industry, national defense, or national security. So, I mean, if Harley-Davidson moves a plant, fine. But you have to have a steel industry that's viable. And our steel industry has been suffering for decades. So,
Been doing for years. And one of the things I read this week.
Since 2008, the return on invested capital for the steel industry has been close to negative. Okay, negative.
So basically, since 2008, the steel industry has been dying. So in President Obama's tenure, the steel industry was dying. And you need a viable steel industry. You can't rely on these, steel or metal alloys for your plane, for your fighter jets from other countries. You have to have a viable steel industry. This is just one example of this former Nucor CEO.
In order for a capital-intensive industry like steel, and the Chinese get this, right, and so do everybody else in the world, in order for a capital-intensive industry like steel to be able to survive and be there for when you need it, you need to be able to earn in excess of your cost of capital, and not just a little bit, but a factor of 2 or more in excess of your cost of capital. And the industry, even the biggest, most important, the most profitable in the country, was still only earning 50% of its cost of capital.
So these tariffs will get you there.
That's not sustainable.
Or close. These tariffs will get you there.
Well, listen, the tariffs are a start. They're on top of other things that have been done over the years.
Right.
I think the biggest important thing people need to take from this, and why it's good for everybody, is because this is part of an overall strategy the president has talked about since his campaign days.
So another steel CEO saying that it's a very good thing. You can't.
When it comes to
when you hear the propaganda from people who just love the way Democrats do things, because Democrats are just so smart, so wonderful. You don't get the whole picture. You don't get the full picture. Then you have another FJM Faro CEO. We pay about 30% more thanks to. Okay, hold on a second. That's not. That's the wrong one right there. Nucor CEO encouraged by Trump's plans for tariff on steel.
If you go back 10 years ago, it was a number that would scare you. Today, it continues, is a very good point. The steel industry has been in decline for over 30 years at this point. And the reason that it's imperative to take action now is because the cheating continues, and it continues on unabated, and it's getting worse. If you look at just the amount of overcapacity that exists in the world, if you go back 10 years ago, it was a number that would scare you. Today, it's a number that is absolutely unacceptable. So the problem continues to get worse because we haven't taken the action. We have not taken decisive and meaningful action on this problem.
So this is a Nucor CEO. The problem continues to get worse because we haven't taken action until Trump took action. So Trump tariff drives $500 million investment in new Ohio steel plant.
this is U.S.
And so you don't get that. You don't get this from all the wonderful, intelligent, fantastic people on the left. Democrats don't speak to people in swing states, which is why they lose swing states in the election. This is a different ballgame. It's a different world now. President Obama won 2 elections by trying to be the antithesis of Bush. And then in 2012, Romney was not a great candidate, but also there was too much momentum in terms of Obama, and people didn't know the extent of the scandals that would take place in the Obama administration. And conservatives has changed. Republicans have changed. The Republican Party is a different party. The Republican Party is not the same Republican Party that Bush presided over. That's why when you have like people like McCain, like, oh, I'm so upset with this Trump. You're upset because he's not overthrowing Assad. You're upset because he's not focused on regime change. You're upset because because he's actually speaking to conservatives on issues like immigration and doing the same thing Obama did, the same exact thing, and Obama did worse. Senate report, New York Magazine. He gave children and traffickers, human traffickers. That's New York Magazine, New York Times. So don't pretend you're Peter Fonda, you're Kathy Griffin, you're De Niro, all these people. Don't pretend life was better for immigrants under Obama. It was not. He deported 2.5 million. But here's another CEO, JSW Steel. I mean, do Democrats ever watch any of these steel CEOs talk about the tariffs? Because it's their industry.
It is what it's all about, but it's also about security. These people will have now something they haven't had for a long time: job security and stability. And beside that, we'll be bringing in contractors from all over to install this incredible equipment, and so it's going to be phenomenal. We're going to spend $1 billion, up to 500 million in Mingo Junction, and then up to 500 million. That's already happening in Texas. So it's outstanding. But the administration was the driver. And so the tariffs and all of that are, look.
The administration was the driver, $500 million to $1 billion. In 2 states to build steel plants. Okay, you wonder why Trump will easily win in 2020. It's just, you look at the steel CEOs, they're telling you exactly what they've been trying to tell you for a long time. Harley Davidson is a little bit different. Their business model, they're not a commodity. They're making a product that they have to compete with other motorcycle companies. So, but as an industry, you need a viable steel industry. You need a viable steel industry. You know, companies that are gigantic companies, yeah, they want the cheapest possible raw materials, the cheapest possible. But if you're not, Heinz or just, another gigantic industry, or even like, Harley Davidson's pretty big. You're not going to just complain all the time or leave. You want that viable steel industry, and you want, because it does help not just people within those steel plants, but it helps also smaller companies. There was one CEO that was fantastic. I'm trying to find. Okay, so I'll find that later. All right, so I mean that's a big issue right here. Tariffs completely justified. That's one. So hold on one second. So let's go ahead. And you have all these business people. Oh, thank you, Stuart Braden. Thank you. And here's for a box of 45 ACV. Cheers for letting me top a cop. Have fun with your 97B. Thank you, Stuart Braden. Thank you, Stuart Braden. And the reason, you know what, meters, at least in LA, is difficult to acquire, difficult to buy. There's a whole lot of 45 ACP you can choose from, but 10 millimeter, there's not a lot, at least not in LA. And so because I have my 500 Smith & Wesson revolver, 50 caliber Smith & Wesson round, and it's like impossible to get ammo. And then it's the first, I was so overzealous. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get this. And then I didn't realize when I first started into appreciating the Second Amendment, I didn't realize that, yeah, not only do most indoor ranges not allow that within LA County, they don't even allow me to shoot the gun within LA County, within indoor ranges. I have to go to a rifle range, an outside pistol range, and the It's like $1.70 for each round. $1.60. It's crazy. 45 ACP is more affordable. Thank you, Stuart Braden. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going to call up now, see where I can get this CZ97B. I heard CZ is just fantastic also in terms of their quality. This is Dan D'Amico, another Steel CEO.
I've not heard yet whether it'll be as broad as including products, and the idea that you're going to blame some kind of incipient inflation cycle on these tariffs is absolutely ludicrous. First off, what we're doing with this is stopping the trade cheating where they've been breaking the global trade laws. It's not just been an issue for the United States, but the entire world. As far as the stock market goes, I would tell.
So the whole point of free trade is to follow rules and laws and guidelines, but other countries don't. So let's go ahead. We are over. We're well over an hour. We got 886 people on here. Let's see what else is going on in the world. And we can go ahead and revisit everything a little later. Scooby don't. Wow. My wife works at the second biggest steel company in America. Not enough semis to keep up. Oh, thank God. Don't listen to fake news. Scooby don't. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Scooby don't. Thank you. Yes. And that is because fake news. They're trying so hard to tell you everything's horrible. But when times are horrible, you don't have to try hard. They're just horrible. Times are bad. There's a recession. There's a war. We still have ongoing wars. But not like with President Obama destroying Libya, getting us into conflicts. Yeah, Trump is still in Yemen. I know the people on the left are focused. Oh, you're Yemen. Yeah, who got us there? Obama. I don't like Obama. You don't like Obama. You should probably focus the same ire and vitriol against Obama as you do against Trump. That's the thing. Like the Democrats are like, well, I don't like Democrats. Yeah, but you don't focus your life on hating Democrats. It's all about Trump and resistance and this and that and this and calling everyone Nazis, even Jewish people. Same people who call people Nazis also hate Israel. Ever notice that little tiny irony there? The left is just eating itself up with hate, eating, help, hate, eating, hate. Because there's no value system and they don't even really believe the value system. Because their political party does not stand for the value system of many different factions on the left. That's the problem. People on the right are like, you know what? A lot of conservatives are like, hey, wait, China's not playing fair. Canada's not playing fair. If you don't play fair, don't complain. No, not the same principles. So I can go on forever. A little bit different. Lot different. The moral relativism. You can critique Israel. That's fine. I critique Israel all the time, or I have in my writing. Different from Babi Yar, 30,000 people in a ravine in the Ukraine murdered, machine gunned to death. 30,000 in Babi Yar in the Holocaust in 2 days, 2 to 3 days. A little bit different, okay? A little bit different from the protest of people burning tires. A little bit different. 30,000 people in 2 days. A little different, I would say. Family shoved into gas chambers. Million people. 1.5 million Auschwitz. The Jews and then millions of others. A little bit different, I would say. But on the left, everything's morally relative. The extreme is used to describe everything they don't like. That's why it's like, yeah. Okay, so real quick. So we got 883 people on here. Let's continue real quick. So hold on one second. I just want to see. So You know what? Let's look at some. So Jim Jordan. Let's do some Jim Jordan action. Do some Jim Jordan action. Oh yeah.
It's rightfully requested since the.
Oh yeah. So this is Mark Meadows. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Mark Meadows. Now we're talking. Stuart Braden, thank you again. Stuart, and you know the interesting thing is also, I like Glock, but if I can get I'm thinking about if I can get like a CZ and 45 ACP for this around the same price, I'm gonna go with the CZ. You know, I like Glock a lot. I shot the 17, the 19, the 21, the 30, then the 36. I like Glock, but CZ I've heard is just beyond. It's so much better in terms of a firearm. Anyway, so thank you again, Stuart.
Information that Devin Nunes has rightfully requested since almost a year ago, and they've yet to fully comply. But
1 year. 1 year, ladies and gentlemen. We got 866 people on this live stream. 1 year. We've been waiting 1 year. We've been waiting 1 year for this information, and we've yet to get it. So, Mark Meadows.
But on a parallel track, the speaker gave DOJ and FBI last week to make a decision. And that decision was, are you going to be part of the cover-up team or part of the cleanup team? And I think based on the results that we saw last week of the documents that we got, it's obvious they're going to be part of the cover-up team.
All right, and that's it, 5 p.m. today, Eastern. So wait a second. That is, by the way, let's do a little Rod Rosenstein action right here. So already 5 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern now. Ha! Republicans ask Rosenstein for names of everyone working on Mueller probe. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
The Inspector General's report on the Clinton email probe unearthing a pattern of anti-Trump bias by high-ranking officials at the FBI. But now a New Wall Street Journal op-ed suggests Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation faces a serious legal obstacle as a result, stating, although Mr. Horowitz could not definitively ascertain whether this bias directly affected specific FBI actions in the Clinton email investigation, it nonetheless affects the legality of the Trump-Russia collusion inquiry.
But also, that's a brilliant article by Rifkin and Foley in the Wall Street Journal. But the IG report, Horowitz made it very clear. At least one impersonation. Okay, so... Hi, Mr. President. How are you? Good. We're going to get every name, every single name. We're going to find out who they're stuffing. We're going to find out who they're hooking up with. We're going to find out how, if they cried at the Jacob Javits Center. Boo, 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 boo. It's going to be fantastic. All of Mueller's team, they had this, they had the upper deck of the Jacob Javits, and they were crying tears. And the waterworks were open. They were crying. Oh, Hillary lost. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. Okay, bye. Boo-boo out. Talk to you later. Bye. Thank you, Rose Quartz. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much, Rose, for your continued support of this channel and for just always being so supportive and your research, everything. Thank you. Thank you, Rose. But yeah, they waited a year. So Rosenstein's like, yeah, you asked me, sniffle, sniffle. That's like, it's just like when Trump was debating Clinton And you could hear like I think like for Trump's audio, you can hear every sniffle. For Clinton, she's like, blowing her nose. You can't hear anything. Everything was rigged. Everything was rigged. She was like, oh, but like all you heard was, and you like nothing. Clinton's audio was like fine. Trump, like every like breath, his, like we hear like everything. On July 31st, 2016, Peter Strzok opened the Russia investigation. Eight days later, we say he texted, "We'll stop Trump." Wow. Wow. Eight days later, after he opened the investigation. That's what happens when you go on Jim Jordan's Twitter account. He just rocks it. He rocks. Oh my God! So Devin Nunes tweeted out this. That's awesome.
Found it very curious given the timing.
God, I hope they're right. Also, remind me to tell you, we actually, Intelligence Community's Inspector General found that portions have marked C on a couple of paragraphs, C for classified. DOJ was very concerned about this. Willing to bet they'll tell George.
Found on laptops?
Found on 30,000 emails provided to state originally. No one noticed. It cuts against, I never said or received anything marked classified.
Why would they tell George?
This is amazing.
Because they're worried. Holy cow, if the FBI missed this, what else was missed?
This is so awesome. I love this so much. But Helena M., hashtag walk away your thoughts. Yeah, I walked away a long time ago, and from the Democratic Party. So I think that, yeah, I mean, Helena M, 100%. Hashtag walk away. I think it's really just really important to do so. Democratic Party must be peacefully dismantled. Peacefully, politically, peacefully obliterated. Peacefully. Through voting. That's it. Democrats, by the way, here's a little secret about Democrats that nobody knows, and about liberals that nobody knows, people on the left, they hate each other. Everyone hates everyone on the left. Everyone hates everyone. Nobody is happy about anything. Everyone hates everyone. Everyone's adhering to their own, they are adhering to their own definition of what is progressive or liberal or Democrat, or they have nothing to really hate Trump on, except they just want to like hate him and destroy him and kill him. Now, God forbid. Not that. Although, so God forbid, not that. But they just want to hate him. They just hate him. They hate him so much. They have nothing to fall back on in terms of. They have nothing to fall back on in terms of policies. They can't really say, well, our immigration bill does this. They don't have an immigration bill they're pushing. So, our green economy bill does this. No, they're just saying, oh my God, Paris Accords. Yeah. Do you have a green economy bill? Well, no, but it's better. Well, where's your green economy bill? Where's your policy objective 20, 30 years to have a completely green economy? So hold on one second. This is fantastic really quickly.
Which I get because I had
So this is Peter Strzok and Lisa Page texting each other. And this is actually a YouTube channel.
Wind gap. There was a murder there. Another one's missing now. Get me a story.
All right, so
same worry. And they like snitching to George.
Have something to tell you.
Oh boy.
10,000 emails came in requiring us to respond to proposed gun legislation tonight.
How we make law in this country is offensive and irresponsible.
I know it is. It's why I loathe Congress.
All the airport tarmac articles finally burst out. Took a little bit. Not a big deal, just astoundingly bad optic.
Yep. Stupid.
So this is, they're talking about the meeting between Loretta Lynch and Bill Clinton. All right, so let's see. But let's go Devin Nunes. So Devin Nunes. So hashtag walk away. That's, yeah, everyone should walk away from the Democratic Party. People like Bill Maher, like he brought up the Republic on Friday. He's like, oh, the Republic. Well, what's wrong with the Republic, Mr. Maher and everybody else? The good economy, peace between North and South Korea, exposing FBI agents. The biggest threat to the Republic is the intelligence community undermining elections, which it did. It's hilarious. It's like you trust the intelligence community when it fits your vantage point. I don't trust. I wouldn't if they came out and said, oh, you know, this leader did that. Listen, I wouldn't even. I'd be like, whatever. Like I said, the meth heads in LA have greater track record, greater credibility than the intelligence chiefs. And I'm not, believe me, like once Clinton is indicted, because she will be, once Clinton is indicted, and there's always there's the likelihood, not just potential, of Trump's intelligence chiefs doing something stupid also. They say they can't help themselves. Loretta Lynch promised Clinton camp, I won't let the FBI go too far in investigation. So now they want all the names in the Mueller probe. Republicans asked Rosenstein for names of everyone working on Mueller probe. We know that these biases were shared among multiple people at the FBI and could be easily uncovered by Mr. Mueller with simple vetting. These individuals should not be given an opportunity to influence directly or indirectly this special counsel. Guess what? There goes Mueller probe. 1 hour. Deadline looms. Rosenstein, Ray set to testify this week. Yes. So you have Rosenstein, Ray. You have Strzok testifying. This is amazing. This is Sarah Carter. I'll put this. So it's heating up. Stuart Braden. Splurge for the night sites. Yeah. I'm gonna. I thank you, Stuart Braden. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you. Thank you. Yeah, those the night sights I know make a difference, especially like in the indoor range I go to. It's not. I mean, the lighting's okay, but it's like not the best lighting. Thank you so much, Stuart Braden. That's very kind of you. Thank you. So yeah, Stuart Braden, thank you very much. I just sent the Sarah Carter article. Thank you again, Stuart, for everything. I literally was going to almost get that Glock 21, but now there's this better option, much better option, I think, for pretty much the same price. A little bit, tiny bit more, but I think I'm going to get a lot more for it. At what point is the Russia plot plain enough to see that the Secret Service steps in and does a real investigation? Ebenezer Adams. I think, yeah, Ebenezer Adams, you're right. And Ebenezer Adams, I think that the Secret Service is limited. I think that what's going to take place is that the Mueller probe is just going to fizzle out, and eventually he'll just fire Mueller. And the Democrats will have nothing to say because they've already just said so many insane things. They won't be able to have no political credibility anymore. Liberty News Philadelphia, thank you. Great work. I wish the fireworks in the hearing this week were going to be public. Well, there's always going to be those leaks. So, not that I know, not stopping anyone. I don't know anything in terms of, but they're not the people are going to find out. Let's say maybe not leaks, but the information will trickle out and say, oh, you know what, they did this, they did that. I'm hoping the Strzok. Liberty News Philadelphia, thank you so much always for your support of this channel. Thank you, Liberty News Philadelphia. Ebenezer Adams, you know what? That's the thing. The real investigation, Russian plot to... That whole thing, everything's being dismantled. including all the defense for Clinton's emails. Hollywood Reporter did a hilarious hit piece on Sean Hannity, which actually hurts Hillary Clinton. It's come to the point, ladies and gentlemen, where it's almost like, let's say you're with your friends, your buddies, and someone just tells the stupidest joke and nobody laughs. And trying to then repeat the joke, it just never works out because A, nobody's going to laugh, and B, it's the whole point is that everyone was like, what's the guy talking about? Similar to what I'm saying right now. Basically, the point I'm trying to make is that Democrats, they have nothing. They can't possibly defend Clinton. They're defending something that cannot be defended. So then what they're doing is they're digging a deeper and bigger hole regarding all of this. They just continually digging a deeper and bigger hole. We have 887 people. We're going strong 2 hours in. So this Thursday, Rosenstein and FBI Ray will come to head with lawmakers. So this Thursday. So it's crazy. It's just crazy. So you have a situation where we have a deadline today, and Rosenstein has not given, from what I can see, any of the information requested, or at least the important information requested. We have Wednesday Strzok, Thursday Ray and Rosenstein. So Wednesday Strzok, Thursday Ray and Rosenstein. Every day there's testing. Well, how about just indict Clinton? Huh? Sessions, can you hear me? I can't hear you. What'd you say? How about just indict Clinton? How about just indict Clinton and save us from this madness? It's real simple. It's really simple. Democrats will thank you eventually because they'll be able to go ahead and they'll be able to say, finally, we can move on and actually create a viable party. How about just indict Clinton? Just go ahead and indict Hillary Clinton. That's it. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do is indict Clinton. That's all you need to do. All of this is because people are all they do is defend Clinton, and they don't realize it's like their slow demise. And Sessions has all he needs to do right now. And what is he waiting for? What on earth is he waiting for? What is he waiting for? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to wrap up. I will see you in a couple of hours. Just want to make sure that there's nothing. Paul Sperry. First, they paid for foreign dirt on Trump. Then they hired informants to shadow Trump's aides. Then they wiretapped his advisors and spied on his campaign. Now they're trading sex for intel on Trump. Good Lord, what will these Trump-hating desperados do next? Oh, my God, this is so great. This is so great. By the way, did you see how all the sick Patricia Marino, thank you. Oh, wow, thank you. If you ever go to Sonoma, visit Valley of the Moon Trap Club. My hubby is president. We have trap shooting and gun rifle range. Thank you so much. Sonoma, Patricia Marino, thank you. And one of these days, I would love to come on up. Thank you. Thank you, Patricia Marino. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you very much. Stuart Braden, you're awesome. Snapcaps. Yeah, I have to. Although I try to go ahead and I don't ever take out any of the firearms. Mitch Moe, thank you so much. This is for HA's Ammo Fund. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mitch Mo. Thank you. Thank you, Mitch Mo. Thank you, Stuart Braden, for your kindness and your advice on this. Thank you. Mitch Mo, thank you so much. And that's what, when you learn, I got 850 subscribers. Thank you so much. We're going 2 hours strong, and I'm gonna wrap this up soon. But when you suddenly dive into firearms and the beauty and the love and it's just the experience is unbelievable. It's life-changing, and it's so beautiful to go to the rifle range. I have my California AK compliant AK-47, but see, the 7.62 by 39 millimeter bullet is more expensive than the 5.56 by 45 AR. And it gets me thinking, should I have purchased an AR? But I actually like my AK, and that in Oak Tree you can actually rent a whole bunch of different ARs. It's cool. So now I can go ahead and rent the ARs, eventually buy one if I wanted to. But I'm thinking when I bought my 500 Smith & Wesson 10.5 inch. It's like almost $2 per round. It's crazy. So I wasn't thinking 45 ACP. I'm going to go ahead, and that's the next purchase. The CZ from Stuart gave me that idea to get the CZ, because I've been hearing about CZs left and right, and that's all I hear about, CZ. I was going to get a Glock, but if I can get the CZ for a little bit more, I'll do that. And I already know I'm going to love it. So thank you. Mitch Mo, thank you so much. Thank you, Mitch Mo. Thank you. Thank you, Mitch. Greatly appreciated. Thank you to everybody. Let's just hear Paul Sperry. Who knows? Oh, Sally Moyer. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Breaking, Sally Moyer, a.k.a. Agent 5, is a registered Democrat. She rooted for Hillary to win, and instant message, F Trump. Okay. It's like they're going to say F Trump when he wins on election night 2020. They're going to say F Trump when he presides over 8 years of a great economy, all these good things. As FBI's National Security Law Branch Chief Moyer to wow. As FBI's National Security Law Branch Chief, oh my God. Oh my God. Moyer told agents investigating Hillary which evidence from her devices they could use and which they couldn't. Unbelievable. 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 Oh my God. Jerry Sinke, thank you. HA, been hearing Rosenstein going down for weeks. When does this traitor finally go? Jerry Sinke, thank you. Thank you, Jerry. Rosenstein is going to... I don't know when he's going to go. He needs to be fired very soon. But what's going to take place is he's going to just drag his feet. And when they actually file contempt or impeachment against him, that's when he goes. He just hasn't pissed off enough Republicans. Most of them are angry as heck. He hasn't pissed them off yet. So that's the thing. So Jerry, thank you so much. Jerry, it's just a matter of thank you, Mitch. Very, very much, very kind of you. And Jerry, it's a matter of how the political will. Has he upset enough Republicans? That's the thing. So if you're in like Devin Nunes's district or Jim Jordan or Matt Gaetz or Ron DeSantis or Mark Meadows or any of these people, just send them an email. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. You had enough. That's when people, when enough Republicans get it, Rosenstein will get it and he'll be impeached or, fired by Trump. But thank you, Jerry, very much. Thank you. And Mitch, thank you again. Jerry, thank you. Lexdad 1193, HA, the committee should ask Rosenstein why he signed the last, that's right, of the 4 FISA applications using the fake Steele dossier. Lexdad 1193, 100%. 100%. Absolutely. And that's really what should happen. He not only signed the FISA warrant, the guy also told Trump to fire Comey, which he should have done. And then Trump fired Comey, and then he allowed Comey to go ahead and initiate a stupid, idiotic Mueller probe based on queasy memos. queasy, stupid memos that everyone laughs at now. And by the way, there were there's classified intelligence on those memos. Classified intelligence on those memos. For my Second Amendment viewers, HA Second Amendment, I'll just say this real quick to the 826 people watching. Just remember something. And this is something from a guy who used to write gun control articles in the Huffington Post and other places. I wrote an article in the Daily Caller explaining my transformation as a human being, my evolution in terms of value system. And that was retweeted by the NRA. The NRA retweeted my Daily Caller article. And the Gun Owners of America retweeted a guns.com article on my Daily Caller article. It is a beautiful, empowering experience to start loving firearms in the Second Amendment. It is a beautifully empowering experience. And I can't tell you enough, even if you don't like the sound is going to be, frightening at first, and all of it's going to be overwhelming at first. But once you get into it, it is a beautiful sport. It's not. It's home protection is one, God forbid, something that very likely is never gonna. You'll be ready. You're ready, but what you're gonna be enjoying is everything. Going to the rifle range, going to the indoor range, calming down. It's a catharsis. It makes you focus. You're holding the firearm always in front of you. You're looking at that firearm as if it's loaded at all times. This is no joking around. Someone texts me while I'm at the range. I don't answer. This is like before cell phones, before pagers, whatever. You don't answer. You are focused. Cooper sees truth. You should buy the Walter PPQ. Okay. Judicial Watch broke news. McCain's head staffer insists the IRS target Tea Party groups with financially ruinous investigations during the Obama IRS scandal. That's true. That happened. Why would you do that if you're McCain and you're a Republican? Makes no sense at all. Why would you go ahead? And target people? Ask the IRS to target conservative groups. Why would you do that? Why would you do that if you're John McCain or McCain's head staffer? Why would you go ahead and do that? Cooper sees truth 100%. Thank you so much for your support of this channel always. Jerry Sinke, thank you so much. Rosenstein, well, when he upsets enough Republicans. Mitch Moe, very kind of you. Thank you, everybody. I will see you in a couple of hours, because I think within the next couple of hours there'll be even more revelations. Thank you so much. Hit subscribe right now. To this channel. And like I said, the first 30 minutes, if you are interested in the uploads, pretty much gets to everything I talk about in the first 30 minutes. Thank you again. Hit subscribe to this YouTube channel. I will be back again. We hit 2 hours straight with 800 to 1,000 people watching live. That's fantastic. And that's a testament to you. I have the best people on the live chat, the best people watching. Thank you so much for everything. Have a great day, and I will see you this evening.